Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? How do you feel today? Do you feel beautiful, gorgeous, good looking, handsome, whatever word you use to describe yourself at your best? Do you feel that way today? And the personal question, of course, is if you want to look and feel beautiful, do you exercise to do that? Do you eat well to do that? Is it about sleep? Is it about vitamins and minerals? Is it about a positive attitude? What makes us look beautiful? And I think that the obvious is that nobody else looks like we do. So regardless of what anyone else considers beautiful, how about we are unique? You and I look completely different because we are different. So what does beautiful actually mean? Because some people think that that person's beautiful and other people think that somebody else is beautiful and that person isn't, which of course is an opinion. So what other people think of the way we look, could that be kind of crazy because everybody's got different opinions? But what about you? Do you love the way you look and do you love the way you feel? And if you want to feel beautiful and if you want to look beautiful, what do you need to do? And it seems a lot of people are focused on, the exercise program and the eating plan is focused on looking beautiful from the outside. So I want to have ripped abdominals, I want to have tight butt cheeks, I want to have a beautiful body. I've heard that expression so many times, I want to have a beautiful body. But here's an interesting question. Could beauty shine from the inside? And I always ask this question, have you met people who are what would perhaps the world would term beautiful? So they've got the beautiful body, they've got the ripped abdominals, the tight butt cheeks, the beautiful skin, the perfect everything, but they don't seem happy and their beauty doesn't seem to shine from the inside. Now that's an observation, and again, everybody's got the right to have an opinion. But what I wish for everybody, and as a personal results coach, as a personal exercise coach, and the reason that Romax exists, is that the 4 big areas of life, which is be healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that you love, be financially free and have great relationships. If you've got all those things sorted, is it possible that you'll feel good on the inside and that will show on the outside? I love the idea of being healthy, fit and strong on the inside, and that of course gives you great hair, great skin, great nails, better posture, the best posture, because strong muscles hold up strong bones, so of course you're going to have great posture. But all of that comes from the inside, and is it possible that that will then shine on the outside? And I always like to share that because I think it's really sad to focus on counting calories, counting steps, body fat percentages, macro percentages, how many hours of the week do I exercise, how many reps and sets do I do, what are the best exercises. If the focus is just on I want to have low body fat percentage or I want to have a beautiful body. Because there are some people, and I've had some very personal experiences in my life where people have been what is termed technically beautiful. And perhaps they've had a stroke, so one side of their body doesn't work anymore, so their face doesn't work very well anymore. Or they've lost a limb, or they've been burnt in a car accident or in a house fire. So what is technically, again, termed beautiful, they no longer have that. And does that mean they're not a beautiful person anymore? And of course the answer is no. There are, again, some very beautiful looking people who come across pretty bloody ugly because they're not very nice and they're disrespectful and they're mean and they're nasty and they criticise. I've been involved, of course, with a lot of body competitions where the object of the competition is to have a beautiful body. And I don't know if you've ever been to the backstage of a bodybuilding competition or a bikini competition. And I'm going to generalise, but the atmosphere can sometimes be quite nasty. It can be quite vindictive, it can be critical. And I'll just give you a really fun example, and excuse my language, but this wasn't my language. I have competed one time in a bodybuilding competition. I've been to lots of competitions and helped lots of people compete. But I competed one time. The goal is to have the perfect body. Now, I don't know what that even means because sometimes there's up to 12 judges, sometimes more. And the other thing I find really funny about the judging panel is often they're not in great shape. There's often a judging panel where the people are overweight and out of shape. But what their job is to watch your body, look at your body, scrutinize your body, be critical of your body, and judge whether or not you've got the perfect body, which I find fascinating. But I did that one time. And I get that other people want to do it. The one time that I did it, I had a corporate, because I've been a professional speaker for most of my life, and I had a corporate chat to do. It was on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. And then I had to drive back to Brisbane to do my competition. And my competition was in the afternoon. Now, there's two parts to this story. One part is that my division, and I can't remember, a physique or I can't remember what it was called. It was there's a special name for it. There were 15 women in my division. And as I was driving to the bodybuilding competition, the organiser called me and said, Rowie, you are the only person left in your division. 14 women have pulled out. Now, what I think that means is that 14 women who had booked in and paid to compete perhaps woke up that morning and thought they didn't look good enough to compete. They weren't beautiful enough. Their body wasn't perfect enough, so they didn't compete. Now, I don't know what the perfect body is. I was technically in great shape. I had low body fat percentage. I had, you could see my muscles, and I could wear a bikini, and I was going to walk on stage in that bikini, which I did. But 14 women didn't turn up, so I ended up winning. So on the day, technically, I had the most perfect body because I was the only person there. The second fun part of this story is when I arrived, and I had to get from my corporate speaking gig to Brisbane quite quickly. I walked into the back room and the girls were getting ready to compete, and I won't just say girls, there was men and women getting ready to compete, but I walked into the women's getting ready area, and I was excited to compete, and it was a beautiful day, and I knew that I would probably win because there was nobody else in my division. And I walked in and I said, hi everyone, how you doing? And isn't it an awesome day? And a woman from another division, quite a big muscular woman, she looked at me and she said, fuck off. Please excuse the language, but that is exactly what she said to me. And obviously she was hangry, not in a very good mood, and she competed, and interestingly, she won. She was judged as having the most beautiful body in her category, and she had a lot of people in her category. She did apologise to me afterwards for being so grumpy, but I think that's where my personal question comes in. If you're going to be beautiful on the outside, would it be awesome to be beautiful on the inside? What's the point if you're ugly on the inside but beautiful on the outside? And can you be very beautiful on the inside and be technically what the world would term ugly on the outside? And I think the answer is yes too, because I've met some very beautiful people, as I've shared, who their body has been disfigured. So technically you wouldn't say that they are physically beautiful, but they're just absolutely gorgeous people. So what if our focus, and this is my thing about being fit and strong, if we get really fit and strong, there's a whole heap of things that happen. Could one of the side effects of being fit and strong be that we have low body fat percentage, ripped abdominals, tight butt cheeks, good posture, great hair, skin and nails, and we look more beautiful? We physically look more beautiful because we're fit and strong. So it's a side effect of. Wouldn't it be awesome if being fit and strong, this other side effect of that was we're also a beautiful person? One of the giggles I always have, we talk about exercising people should be really happy. I always ask this question, if you're really happy about your exercise program, could you please inform your face? If you've ever been to a fun run, it's very rare to see people laughing and joking and having a fantastic time at a fun run. If you go to the gym, it's very rare to see passionate, positive, happy, smiley faces who are really excited to see you. It seems that this focus on beautiful body doesn't necessarily mean that I'm happy or positive or passionate or loving my life. And I think that's quite sad, the reverse of happy. So what if, and this is my thing about exercise, because you can plod through an exercise program, you can plod through a class of 45 minutes, you can go for a walk, all these long exercise programs. And I think that's one of the reasons why people don't look so happy when they're exercising for a long time, because they're either really bored or they can't wait for it to be over, or they're not enjoying it because it's so bloody long. But the interesting thing about a short exercise, short bursts of high intense activity, which is something that I talk about probably every day and I bang on about every single day, because I think we've missed the point. Exercise is supposed to make you feel good, not just look good and look beautiful, but be a beautiful person, and most importantly, to just love life And if you do short bursts of high intense activity, so you work in the phosphate system and you change your brain chemistry and you produce dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, brain-derived neurotropic factor, which are all happy neurotransmitters, the things that make us feel fantastic. And they get that burst of high intense activity is why those are produced. Because the fight and flight system, the phosphate system, is designed to keep us alive. It's designed to make sure that if we are threatened, we will survive. So we produce epinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol when we get that, I'm going to die, I've got to get out of here, fight and flight. And after we have either fought or we've run away, sprinted, so if we've overcome a heavy load, if we've fought and competed, beaten the threat, won, and or if we have sprinted away, then the beautiful thing is our neurotransmitting brain says, happy, 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 congratulations, you're awesome, satisfaction, serotonin, reward drug, dopamine, you are loved, oxytocin, you've got no pain and you feel fantastic, endorphins, and then brain-derived neurotropic factor, which is the chemical that makes all of those work so much better. Which then means, are we more likely to make better decisions? Are we more likely to be more creative? Are we more likely to be able to overcome big challenges? Are we more likely to be beautiful on the inside? So if you feel angry, if you feel stressed, if you feel annoyed with the world, if you're frustrated with the world, if you do an intense burst of activity, high intense activity, because the word exercise for me is very difficult now because most people think that exercise is 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and most people don't do it, and the people that do it don't seem that bloody happy while they're doing it. So what if we just designed our exercise, our healthy, fit, strong plan, our high intense bursts of activity, they were designed to be in the phosphate system, they were hard and fast, 10 seconds of 100% intense activity, 100% effort produces 100% results, and we then have a brain that feels fantastic. We have a body that feels fantastic. And is it possible that if we are beautiful on the inside, if we feel passionate and positive on the inside, if we feel healthy, fit and strong on the inside, that will show on the outside? And we will be a beautiful person both on the inside and the outside. And wouldn't it be nice if our reputation was exactly the song that I sang at the beginning? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? And if you're a bloke, isn't he gorgeous? And isn't he... I like that expression. What a beautiful man. I love saying that. I am married to a beautiful man. Inside and out. K-Man is a beautiful man, and I would love to have that reputation. I would love to have that reputation, and I would love every person to have that reputation. They are a beautiful person on the inside and the outside. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Inside and outside. Woohoo!